guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a bit of a haul slash mini review on some ColourPop products I recently picked up. I've been seeing obviously ColourPop everywhere, all over YouTube, all over Instagram and every other form of social media. So I thought it was about time I jumped on the bandwagon and tried out some of their products. I've heard lots of good things about their shadows, in particular like their Super Shock shadows, which are the real kind of sparkly ones that are kind of similar to the foiled shadows from Makeup Geek, and I love nothing more than a good shimmer shadow, so I had to grab a bunch of those. I also picked up some of their Lippie Stix, some lip pencils, some of their ultra matte lipsticks, and also some highlighters. So I shall get into showing you one by one exactly what I got. So everything came packaged pretty nicely. There was a bunch of foam and stuff in here to protect everything while it was being posted, but I've taken all that out. But everything's really packaged nicely, and you get a bunch of little information cards. So the first one's just like a little thank you card where they put a little personalized message on, which I think is a really sweet touch. Then you get like an ultra matte liquid lipstick information card, like so, where it gives you instructions on how to apply it and all about the product, which I think is just a really cute touch. So that's the Super Shock shadows, tips and trick card, tips and tricks card. I'll get it out one day. And then this is the cheek one, like that. So really good for beginners because it gives you like tips on what brushes to use and how to apply the products, yada yada yada. So perfect if you're unsure of how to use any of those products. So this is the contents of my box, as you can see. So I picked up 4 of the shadows, 2 of the highlighters, 2 Lippie Stix, 2 Lippie pencils, and 6 ultra matte liquid lipsticks. So I'll start off by showing you my favourite things, which of course are their eyeshadows. So they come packaged in really cute little boxes like that. So the first one is called Sequin, and they come in these really nice little white plastic packaging. I would really love if eventually they bring out these shadows in just plain pans, because I really do like the Makeup Geek shadows, for example, how you can pop them in your own palette and customize it. But that is the colour Sequin. I guess you'd say like nearly like a maroony red brown kind of. So I haven't tried this particular shade myself yet, but I have a feeling I will no doubt love it because it is like a shimmery one. The next one is called Lala. There will be a tutorial using this particular shade up on my channel next week. So the way I describe this is, in the pan it kind of looks like a coppery brownie shade, but it kind of comes off on me quite sort of orange based. That is really beautiful and super like metallic and shiny, as you can see. The next colour is called Fringe, and I also use this in the makeup tutorial that'll be up next week. I use it as my inner corner highlight. It's kind of like a silvery warm tone beigey sort of light shade is the best way I could describe that. And I want to do an eyeshadow look with this like all over the lid because I think it'll look really, really pretty. The last shadow I picked up is this colour called Flipper. It is so beautiful. It is a peachy metallic kind of colour. So it kind of has like orange sort of tones in it, but is more peach in colour, which I absolutely love. This will look gorgeous with pinks, browns, nudes, all that sort of jazz. I also want to do an eyeshadow look using this all over the lid too. So, oh, that is so pretty. Okay, so they're the 4 swatches on my hand there, if you can see. So my overall opinion of these shadows is they are like absolutely gorgeous. They're extremely buttery. When you touch them, it's almost like they're not actually a powder consistency, but once they set on the lids, they do dry to a powder. I found there was not really any fallout whatsoever. They're incredibly pigmented. They do apply perfectly fine using like a shadow brush, but I do prefer to pat it all over the lid with my fingers. I just find pigmented shadows like this that really builds that intensity and that foiled effect. So all 4 of those are a metallic Super Shock shadow. I would highly recommend these shadows. They are absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you can see them catching the light there, but they're just beautiful. So the next thing I picked up were 2 of their highlighters. So the first one is called Stole the Show, and I have used this today and yesterday, and it is just like a kind of white typical highlighter. The most unique thing about it is just the formula. Like it just feels so creamy. It has a very faint smell. I wouldn't call it like a nice smell, but it's not strong or overpowering or anything like that. So I actually have that on my cheeks today. I don't know if you can see that highlight in the camera, but really good for fair skin because it still shows up on camera, but like isn't too overpowering, which sometimes when you're really fair, they can just look like not nice on your skin. So I haven't tried this second color yet, which is called Smokin' Whistles. And it is more of a like pinky, peachy kind of highlight, which I think will look really nice when I have a fake tan. I actually think I could use these on my eyelids too, to be honest. I think they'd be a really nice sort of shadow, like if you just packed it on your lid with your finger. So I'll just swatch these on my hand as well so you can see them. So the highlighters are just the two here on the bottom of my arm. Hoping you can actually see them because I'm so white that they probably blend into my skin, but they are really pretty. So the next thing I got was 3 of their Lippie Stix. I got one in the colour Westie, one in the colour Bound, and also the lip primer Lippie Stick. So I'll show you the primer first because it is quite an interesting product and I actually really liked how it felt on my lips. So I have used it so you can see it kind of has a pink tinge on the end, but it's just like a clear formula that you can pop on your lips before applying lipsticks and any other lip products, just to help with the longevity, help smoothing out your lips and everything. And this definitely did actually smooth out my lips really nicely. They were quite dry and this just helped give them that little bit of extra moisture that they needed. So I got the colour Westie in one of Lippie Stix. It's kind of like a pinky purple-esque shade and I actually have it on my lips today with the matching lip liner, and it is one of my new favourite colours. I absolutely love it. The formula is beautiful. They go on very creamy and they have like a vanilla-y sort of smell, like kind of like a vanilla perfume smell. At first when I was applying it, it kind of put me off a little bit. I actually don't mind it now. Like it's nothing overpowering, it's just there. I do prefer like my face products to not have any scent at all, but if it's going to have a scent, vanilla's probably the one that's going to be most okay by me because I love vanilla. Next colour I got is Bound, and it is like a nice kind of brownie purple as well, like kind of has a purple iridescence in it. That's probably the best way I can explain it. And yet it has the same sort of smell as Westie does. So I'll swatch those 2 shades for you as well. So that's the 2 lip colours there. I've got Westie, which is this one here, and Bound, which is here. They are quite similar. I think Westie's just a little bit more pinky purple toned and Bound's a little bit more browny toned. I also picked up the 2 lip pencils to match both of those Lippie Stix. So they are really creamy consistency. So if you don't like creamy lip pencils, you will not like these, but I absolutely love them. The colours kind of came off slightly different to the lip shade, I thought, but I'll do a swatch and we can compare. I just swatched the Bound lip pencil for the first time. I haven't actually used it, and the Bound lip pencil is like brown versus the actual Lippie Stick. So I don't know if that's meant to be the case. I would assume they're meant to be the same, but I'll show you the swatches on my arms because the Bound pencil is like definitely like a shy as a load browner than what the actual Lippie Stick is, which is kind of strange. So you've got the lip pencil in Westie, which is slightly darker than the actual lip shade, like the Lippie Stick Westie. Then you've got Bound lipstick, and then you've got the Bound lip liner. They're completely different shades. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know whether that's like a packaging stuff up or something, but like that's not right. Like they're completely different colors. So like reading the packaging, and it definitely says it's Bound. So I will use that lip pencil regardless because, I mean, it's not like it's a bad color. It's just not the same color as the lipstick. Let me know if you guys have those 2 shades and if they're different in your collection too. Maybe it's meant to be like that, I don't know. So overall, I did really love the formula of both these products. They are super creamy and they feel nice and like non-drying on the lips, which is exactly what I want. I usually like to use like a little bit of a gloss before I apply any lip products, but I don't feel like I need to do that when I use the combination of like the lip pencil and the Lippie Stick, which is always nice. So I'd highly recommend these as well. Absolute bargain. I'm definitely going to grab more of these. So lucky last, I picked up 6 of their Ultra Matte liquid lipsticks. I actually wasn't going to buy any of these at all because I've just heard pretty much the same reviews from everyone. So I found the sort of formula to be really hit and miss. So there were like 2 shades that chapped my lips that badly that I nearly wanted to cry, but then the other 4 shades were perfectly fine. So the first colour is Midi, which is kind of like a traditional sort of nudie shade. This wasn't too bad, this particular one. It didn't crust up like incredibly compared to a couple of the other ones. So that is the shade Midi. Next one is in the colour Buds, which is like a really bright, ultra bright fuchsia pink sort of shade. This actually chapped my lips really bad, and the actual formula like crusted up on my lips when I applied it, and it also stained my lips really badly. So literally the next day I had pink lips all day just from like this shade staining them. So that's the colour Buds. Next one is Track, which is kind of like a grey browny sort of nude. So this one didn't really dry out my lips either. It wasn't, well, it did dry them out, but like it didn't make them all crusty and disgusting. The next shade is Solo, and it is like more of a pinky brown shade. So there is Solo there. The formula of this one wasn't too bad either. It was still a little bit drying on the lips but didn't flake off. The next one is called First Base, which is kind of pretty similar to Solo, maybe just a little bit pinker. It was the same sort of formula as Solo as well. It wasn't too drying on the lips, just slightly. Didn't go crusty when I applied it. The last shade is Donut. It is a lot lighter again in colour, but the same sort of spectrum as the last 2 shades. Maybe a little bit more like peachy base. And this was the other one that like flaked disgustingly on my lips. So the 2 colours that really didn't work for me was Donut, which is this last one here, and Buds, which is this fuchsia pink. So those 2 shades just like crusted up on my lips so disgustingly that I was like, oh, people weren't kidding when they said that about them being flaky. So a bit disappointing. Would have been great if they had been amazing, especially for $6. But I mean, I don't really know what else you can expect for a $6 lip product, to be honest. Like, I can't help but feel like products that are in the cheap end are sometimes a bit hit and miss when they're in that sort of price bracket, especially when the normal price for a liquid like to matte lipstick is somewhere around like $15 and upwards mark. I know they still work for a lot of people. Don't be discouraged. If you want to try them out, they're $6. It's not going to hurt to jump online and buy 1 or 2 to sort of gauge your own opinion on them, because at the end of the day we are all different and we do all require different things in our makeup products. So overall, guys, I'm pretty stoked with the brand of ColourPop as a whole. I feel like their whole like aura is just really beautiful. They just seem to be like, even through social media, you can just kind of feel the personality of the people that are actually running that company, and they seem like a really wonderful brand and company. I love their products. Their Lippie Stix, their Lippie pencils, their shadows, and their highlighters are absolutely fantastic. So guys, let me know in the comments below what your favourite ColourPop products are, because I definitely want to try more, and your recommendations always help me out. And if you guys haven't tried ColourPop before, let me know what you want to try, what's on your wish list. So please give this video a big thumbs up for me if you found it helpful and if you enjoyed, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!